Hey guys, so we finna talk about something that's like a touchy subject to me, but God put it on my heart to tell my story or share my story. So let me talk about it. I don't know who this message is for, but the message is, it is not worth it. It's not worth it. Okay, when God give you discernment about something, when you pray about something, or you have that gut wrench feeling or ill will about something, it is not worth it to see what it will be in the end, like what it's going to turn out to be. So let's get into my testimony. Okay, a little bit of a backstory. I have a boyfriend and I have a daughter. Me and my boyfriend knew each other since we were kids, y'all. However, we recently got in reconnection as we was adults. Okay, so me and my boyfriend dated for about 5 months. We broke up for 3 months and we got back together, and that's when we got back together we ended up having our daughter the first month of us getting back together. I love my boyfriend down to the ground, and this is crazy story time, but this isn't a real life experience I had with God, and this is not me bashing him in no type of way, because that is still my boyfriend and I love him and he is an amazing person. Going back into that 5-month period when we dated as adults, me and my boyfriend is the complete opposite. We are the complete opposite, to the point where you see us out together and you will be like, what are they doing together? Like, we are both beautiful people. We both have aura, but it's just like, we don't match each other because our lifestyle is completely different. It's so different. This is quite embarrassing to say. But my boyfriend was living the life like it's goading before we got together. If you get what I'm saying, you get what I'm saying. He was not used to putting effort into a female, or a female that's like want to be put on a pedestal or got more higher standards, I can say. Like, I'm very you want to see me plan a date, like I am just big on like quality time and one-on-one time and stuff like that. And my boyfriend ideal of a date was us riding around with his homeboys. That was his idea of a date. He was not romantic at all. We just gonna leave it at that. And I am a girl that lives in a fairy tale. I want my fairy tale love story. I want the man that opened doors for me. I want the man that praised me, worshiped me, loved the ground that I walk on. Previously, before my boyfriend, that is the treatment that I got as a girlfriend. I was only in one relationship prior to my boyfriend, and I got treated like a freaking princess. Like, I got the ground worship that I walked on. So my boyfriend was totally different from me. My boyfriend literally used to tell me, like, this is not a fairy tale. This is real life. This is not a fairy tale. Like, I'm not doing that. That stuff is corny. That stuff is like he was very like such against it, right? My brothers and my daddy taught me well. They taught me, when a nigga don't want to treat you exactly how you want to be treated, if they want to give you bare minimum, walk away. I couldn't. My soul, my ego, my pride could not walk away, because the fact that he was telling me that he's not going to do something, and it's like, who you think you were that you're not going to treat me the way that I need to be treated? You get what I'm saying? So yeah, it was hectic. It was spiritual warfare. It was pride, ego, battling and fighting each other. Our personalities was just battling. Like, you're going to conform to me and I'm going to conform. Like, that's how our mindset it was. Like, his mindset, you're going to conform to me, you're going to get used to this. And my mindset, like, I ain't never getting used to this, nigga. You're going to conform to me, you're going to treat me how I'm telling you you're going to treat me. And we end up breaking up, y'all, because I am a dreamer. I am a dreamer. I have dreams about everything. If you ever been around me or be around me, you will always hear me tell you, like, I had a dream about this, I had a dream about this, I had a dream about this. God really speaks to me, important to me, through dreams. So one day I had a dream, and God kept showing me a passcode in the dream, like, and I was like in the dream, and I'm like putting in a lock, and it's like I'm putting in the passcode in different things, doors, like a little locker, like all that, and the passcode wouldn't work. And I woke up, I'm like, when I don't understand my dream, I'm gonna pray. I woke up, I'm like, God, like, hold on. I woke up, I tell God, what are you trying to tell me? And God, his phone dinged. The phone went freaking off. Come back for part 2, because this video is long.
Well, I'm not going to go find part 2. I guess we can, share the link and you guys can go find it on your own. But this is the problem, man, when we try to do things in our own strength, or we try to do things the way that we want it done. Obviously, she's young. She's a young woman. So she's kind of immature in her thinking. She said she wanted a man to worship her. That's already an issue right there. I used to be, that type of dude when back in the day when I'd be in a relationship and I would tell the girl that I was with, like, I put you on a pedestal, like I worship the ground you walk on. Straight cornball stuff, right? But like I didn't know no better. I thought that's what I had to say to get a woman to like love me and treat me the way that I wanted to be treated, not knowing that that spot is only reserved for Jesus in my life. Right. So now, like, I'm not even coming close to telling, and I'm married. I'm not telling my wife I worship the ground you walk on. And I told her, and she and I both have the same viewpoint. Neither one of us are a idol in each other's lives. It's solely Jesus. Do I love my wife? Absolutely. But am I going to tell her I worship you? I can't live without you. You're my everything. No, those words will never come out of my mouth towards my wife, and she doesn't want them to. And so I'm thankful that we both understand that this ain't the type of relationship that we want. It's God centered. It's God focused. Everything revolves around the Lord. Right. But in this relationship, the guy wants her to worship him and she wants the guy to worship her. It's going to be problematic. And she said that her ego and her pride got in the way. Well, that's already a problem right there. In Christianity, we're not supposed to be prideful or egotistical. We're not supposed to be operating in that type of manner, right? We're supposed to be humble. We're supposed to be patient, loving, gentle, and kind, not forceful, not narcissistic, not my way or the highway. Now you gonna worship me. You gonna love me the way that I want to be loved. You gonna do what I'm telling you to do. That's not how Christianity works. That's not how godly relationships work. And she's putting, not necessarily because she says she's not going to bash or hate on her boyfriend, but she's putting a lot of it on his plate when she's got problems on her behalf as well. Now, granted, she said her dad and her brothers taught her how to be treated as a woman. In this circumstance, yes, guys, we are supposed to, like, God don't play about his daughters. But at the same time, God don't play about his sons either. He's not going to arrange something with two people that aren't going to be able to focus on him. Most importantly, he's not going to send you a spouse that is going to put you above God. It's just not going to happen. That's not the way God's character is. So when you're in a situation or you're in a relationship and this is what the person's wanting from you, you have to realize what God's character says. God's character is that he wants you to worship him, that he's going to send you a helpmate, not somebody that wants you to make them an idol. Right. So this relationship, although she admits to being disobedient, this relationship was never God ordained to begin with. And now she's got a child. She's a single mother, and this isn't the man that she's going to marry. So now this child has to come up in a household without the father in it. Whether the dad's in his life or not, this child is not going to grow up in a 2-parent household. There's going to be a stepdad somewhere along the way, which, big kudos to the man that does become a stepdad. But this is what happens when you let your pride and your ego and you thinking that you know best come into play. And this is not to hate on this young sister. I'm using this as a teaching moment because ultimately, guys, we have to take everything that we do to the Lord in prayer. And then when we do that, we have to obey. It's one thing to go to God in prayer and then hear a word from him and then be like, nah, I think I'm going to try it my way anyway, because I don't know if God really knows what he's doing in this circumstance because I feel differently than what God's word says, right? It's like when your parents are trying to teach you and raise you as a kid, or they tell you when you come and you tell that stupid lie that you thought was going to work. And they're like, you can't tell me no lies that I didn't tell myself when I was a kid. There's literally nothing new under the sun. And we think that because our parents are old or because we think more highly of ourselves than we ought to, let's face it. And so we think that, oh, they don't know what they're talking about. I'm going to try it my way anyway. And then when you bump your head, you realize, oh, my parents were right. They actually knew what they were talking about. They're telling me from a place of experience. So maybe it's best that I just listen to what my parents have to say. It's the same thing with God. He created everything. There's no scenario that you go through that he doesn't know the outcome already. So when he's warning you and he's telling you not to do things, there's a reason for that. Now, in this situation, it is what it is. I do pray that this sister, as she matures, that she realizes that God's never going to lead her astray, that he's never going to put her in a situation that she doesn't have the power to walk away from when God gives her the unction to, right? He's never going to tell you to do the wrong thing. ever. And if he tells you to flee, if he tells you to run, you're already in the error because you're having sex outside of marriage. So he's never going to put you in that position. He's never going to send you a man that's going to do that to you. And so prayerfully, she learns from this, and as she moves forward, she does what she's supposed to do. She's obedient to the Lord, and hopefully, prayerfully, she'll have a better outcome than the situation that she found herself in. This is her channel. Her name is Larry Monique. I don't know, something like that. I'll share her link in the description to give her credit for her work, as well as to make it easy for you guys to follow her if that's what you choose to do. That's going to do it for this one, though. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Until then, God bless.